He has an unbeaten professional record of 5 wins with no losses. Fighting out of Senshai Ryu Gym from Canby Island, please welcome Wayne Weaver. Now welcome his opponent in the blue corner. He weighed in at 107 kilograms. He has a professional mixed martial arts record of 3 wins with 2 losses. Fighting out of Team Titan from Essex, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ben Smith.
Weaver just staring through Ben Smith, trying to get at his head immediately. The head games, you know, everything factors into your performance. You try to get any edge possible.
Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to what I'm saying at all times. If I tell you to stop, you stop. Touch gloves, get ready for war.
So here we go. Ultimate challenge, heavyweight Grand Prix title.
I'm actually holding my breath right now because anything could happen when you get 2 big guys like this ready to throw some leather.
Let's fight.
Don't blink because you might miss it.
Both guys have their hands up high. Both taking that boxing stance.
Ben Smith immediately fakes the shot, goes into a single leg in half guard. Look for some ground and pound or maybe positioning. Wayne Weaver just trying to make some room to get that hip out and under, possibly go to full guard or half. Looks like Smith has already got full mount.
That's right, Smith able to get full mount, fires a couple of shots at Weaver. Weaver trying to butt and turn. Tries to turn to his knees to work his way up, but this could work to Smith's advantage.
Now Weaver was trying to use a headlock to turn him over, however the cage prevented that, and that ended up with Ben Smith almost taking his back. He's got seatbelt now, switches sides, couple punches for good measure.
Big heavy shots from the left hand of Smith. Weaver taking some heavy shots.
Now Smith is reaping the arm against the legs, trying for like a reversal. He doesn't get that reversal, almost ends up with another reversal, but still, Ben Smith is still on top. Really using his body position to weigh down on him. And we call that getting something for nothing. Heavy shots. Because basically, Weaver is carrying all of Ben Smith's weight right now. And Ben Smith, all he has to do is lay on it. He's getting something for nothing, if you know what I mean. Has to be careful for the arm choke. Weaver may possibly give up his back. Has to be careful. Ben Smith going to look to set the hooks in.
Beautiful work as he sets the hooks in. Looks to set in the rear naked choke. Fires a few shots to soften Weaver up.
Now this is a bad position for Weaver. If I'm Ben Smith, I'm going to try to Superman him, which means fully extend his legs out, which he's doing now. And Weaver bleeding profusely. I can't tell if it's from the nose or the mouth, but the ref may stop this just to get a doctor check. Heavy right-handed shots.
Smith again moves position, moves to side mount on the back of Weaver. Weaver taking some heavy left-handed shots.
Weaver needs to cover up. He needs to stand up. He can't just take unanswered shots like that, or the ref is going to call it. The ref is checking right now. You can see Grant looking to see.
Weaver's face a bloody mess at the moment. As Smith looks to fire more shots. Weaver looks to slip out the back door. Does a good job of doing so, and now it's Weaver trying to get the side mount position on Smith. Smith again fights his way forward, hooks a leg, tries to drive.
Smith needs to drive, but it's very slick on that surface with all that blood. Got him pushed up against the cage. Now he needs to reap the legs, looking for a single, and he gets it. Weaver again finds himself on his back or his side up against the cage. This is a bad position to be in because you can't really move your hips. And Ben Smith is utilizing that cage very well, just keeping him trapped, throwing the heavy shots from the side. And as evident, Weaver is bleeding from the nose. You can see the blood. He has to be careful because Grant may stop this.
There's a lot of blood on the canvas of the cage floor, but Weaver determination, sticking in now, unwilling to give. Smith just chopping away relentlessly with that left hand. at the face of Weaver.
Now, when Weaver puts that arm across the shoulder of Ben Smith, I think he's trying for a reversal or a sweep almost, but it leaves his face wide open for these heavy, heavy shots. Now, the regulations, they have to wear the 4-ounce gloves. Now, Ben Smith takes full mount, look for him to posture up, throw some heavy shots. Weaver bleeding again, profusely from the nose.
So far this fight, all Ben Smith, but Ben Smith unable to finish it.
Now, if you notice, Weaver has his mouth wide open. He's going to get called for that because he can't hold on to the cage. But Weaver has his mouth wide open. He has to be very careful that he doesn't get a shot connected and possibly breaking his jaw. But that may be from the blood trickling to the back of the throat, and he's just fighting for air.
Big shots land again. Smith trying to find that top position.
But a testament to Weaver, though, he's not giving up, and he's still throwing shots back. He's defending intelligently, but look at the blood all over the cage. Now, Ben Smith has had full mount 2 to 3 times. He really needs to capitalize whenever he gets into a dominant position like that. You can see the blood, a close-up shot there on Weaver. Mouth wide open. He's going to have to be careful.
End of the first round. I'm sure the doctors will get in and have a look at Weaver to make sure that he's fit and able to continue for the second round. There was a lot of blood, although it may have just been superficial from the nose or the mouth.
Okay, I tell you what, Ben Smith dominated that round. Weaver's really going to have to pick up his game. And just look at the heavy shots from side position there. And they're all unanswered, just heavy shots, boom, boom. 4-ounce glove, you really, really feel that impact.
Well, let's be honest, I mean, it was like that for a majority of this round, with Smith firing those big, heavy hands. And you can see one of these shots here must have cut the nose or maybe the eye of Weaver, because this is where the blood starts to trickle. And as we know, look, it's trickling quite harshly there.
And Weaver's showing that warrior spirit. He's not giving up. However, I can tell you right now, Grant is watching very closely at these heavy shots. They're into dominant position, and again, ground and pound, takedown position. He's looking very carefully to see, hey, if this becomes a medical issue where it compromises the safety, he'll call this fight. And you can hear the instruction to dry the floor. And the liquid they're drying up is actually Weaver's blood. I mean, it was all over the mat. And just have to be careful because that area is going to be slick now. But look at him. He's up to the line, ready to go again. True warrior spirit from Ben Weaver. Wayne Weaver. Wayne takes the center of the cage.
Launches a big right, but Smith able to duck under and shoot for the single leg takedown. Weaver looks to get the guillotine, brings Smith up right.
Now, Smith expended a lot of energy throwing those heavy, heavy shots. Now, he's going to look to get into what I think he's going to do is try to get a dominant position on the ground, try to catch his breath. Weaver really trying to extend that guillotine choke. Ben Smith is going to have to be careful. Throws a body shot that's really not going to do anything. What he needs to do is he needs to drop his base, one arm over the top of the shoulder, in between the crotch. Oh, good knee from Weaver. Totally changed the shape of the fight with that one knee. Again, a big knee makes connection.
Smith is rocked. He looks as though he's rocked as he takes those 3 knees in succession, but regains his composure and wins a double leg.
I tell you what, I mean, that was just instinctual because he was rocked off of those 2 knees. Very good knees by Weaver. And again, double leg, top position, Weaver back up against the fence. Not a position that has worked for him for the majority of this fight.
That's right, he could find himself in trouble now. If Smith can set himself up and continue in this round as he ended in the first.
I think as the rounds go longer and longer, now he switches over. He's got side, pinning the arm, shots down. Now, I would say that's a lot more like an upright crucifix. He had, well, the left arm hooked as well as the right arm pinned. However, Weaver able to get his right arm back, try to do some defense. Now he's getting hammer-fisted.
Weaver tries to defend those shots, but Smith able to trap that arm again. Looks to find space. Weaver turns to his stomach, still taking those right hands.
Now Smith is, I mean, he's thrown I would say hundreds of shots, and still hasn't broken Weaver's will. He's still in the game. He's still trying to better his position, still trying to defend intelligently. However, his face is looking a mess. And he gets to all fours. Ben Smith, now that nose is just, I mean, it's like a water faucet. And that has to affect his performance as far as like the breathing. That's got to be getting in the back of his throat, making it hard to breathe.
Well, it'll also play on his mind mentally as well, won't it? He'll be aware that his nose is bleeding quite badly. He'll be curious as to just how bad it is being unable to see it. But right now, Ben Smith looks to set those hooks in again to set up the rear naked choke.
He needs to watch that he doesn't go too far forward, or Weaver can try to buck him off by getting his base up and over, pulling him on the back of the head, his arm. And he's breathing heavily. Smith still hammering in the shots. And it doesn't look like much, but those shots, you know, they take effect. And he's been rattled a couple times.
Just chopping away with that left hand.
Wayne Weaver needs to get to all fours, try to peel the hooks out, possibly turn around. Then he'd end up with full mount, elbow to knee escape.
It's all over. I think Weaver may have tapped. Difficult to see from our position, but there was a lot of shots thrown. I think Weaver may have actually tapped out. And you can see the exhaustion on Ben Smith. Absolutely exhausted after that war.
Would you say that it was a one-sided affair?
I think so. I mean, Smith dominated it literally from the get-go with that left hand. He just hammered away throughout the first. In the second, I felt Weaver came back a little bit more, had a bit more of an opportunity to finish the fight. But again, Smith able to turn the tables, fire the hands, and just keep chopping away.
Now, right here, Smith had a close call. He gets caught, big knee on the jaw, a second knee. But instinct takes in, and he immediately goes into defense mode, take him down with the double leg. And right there, Weaver should have sprawled to prevent the takedown. However, Ben Smith proved him way too strong. Hitting the elbow here, and again, unanswered ground and pound, shots to the side of the face. I mean, I wish we had a CompuBot and then look at him, stretched him out, Superman, going for rear naked choke. And did the choke sink in, or was it ref stoppage, or did Weaver just tap out?
We're about to find out as we go for the official verdict. And of course, Ben Smith, that man there, crowned the new heavyweight Ultimate Challenge Grand Prix title holder.
Funny thing is, enjoy it while you can, because as soon as you get a belt, you're a marked man. Everybody tries to gun for you.
Well, it's so good now. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout was sponsored by Stringfellows. And after 3 minutes, 17 seconds of the second round, we have a winner due to tap out from rear naked choke. And your Grand Prix heavyweight champion, Ben Smith. And ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for a very, very tough runner-up, Wayne Weaver.
What a fight. A fantastic fight between two heavyweights. We have a new heavyweight Grand Prix champion, Ben. I think